Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. This is Hawk Talk with Coach Ben McCollum, brought to you by Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Iowa corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Your Iowa John Deere dealers. John Deere loves to see the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if anyone can appreciate building a legacy, it's Deere. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Extreme, powered by Mediacom. It's the internet dreams are made of. Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. By your local Ford dealers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Visit MidwestOne.bank for empowered money management. Member FDIC. Also brought to you by Shelter Insurance. The ball is in your court. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent who can help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy winter. Happy 10 below wind chill. And I hope it just stays right at minus 10, but doesn't sound like it. But you know what? That's what you sign up for in the Midwest and the great state of Iowa. Hawkeye basketball has a special flavor, and it's even enhanced when the weather in mid-January is what it is. And that's Big Ten basketball. And the Hawkeyes hustled through the Hoosier State this past week, dropping a tight one by 7 to fifth-ranked Purdue, the Boilermakers, who are annually in the top 10, before controlling Indiana from start to finish at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, winning 74-57, securing a coveted Big Ten road victory on Saturday, a quad one win. And now the task is to build on that victory and move on from there. And after playing 3 of 4 on the road the last couple of weeks, the Hawks now have a pair of home games, starting with the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers University tomorrow night, 7:30 for the tip at Carver Hawkeye Arena. We'll have it, of course, here on the Hawkeye Radio Network with our pregame coverage beginning at 6:30 from Carver Hawkeye Arena and Mediacom Court. And a win tomorrow gets the Hawkeyes back to level 500 in conference play. And, of course, that is leg 2 of what we hope is a long winning streak. Iowa will get some well-deserved time off after tomorrow, and then host the University of Southern California in a week. We'll talk more about that later on. But for now, welcome into our Hawk Talk program. As always, presented by the Hyatt Regency, live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar and our Learfield Hawkeye Radio Network. I am Gary Dolphin alongside former Hawkeye great Bobby Hansen. Bobby, a good week. Yeah, you would love to have swept on the road, but you know what? They led that Purdue game for, 28 minutes? Had a chance to win that against the number 5 ranked team. And we've been seeing this build, as Coach McCullum has said. We just want to get better game to game. Win, lose, we'd rather win, but improve game to game. You know, he's been spot on.
Yeah, absolutely correct. And this team has improved from game to game to game, Gary. So that's really good to see. And anytime you go into Mackey Arena in a full house, the place was crazy. You know, they got a good team there. I lost only one time to the Cyclones in there, and the Hawks gave them everything they wanted. And I guess my takeaway out of that game was those people that walked out of there, we were way up top there in the radio booth, but they knew that the Hawks are back, is what they knew, Dolph. You know, they said this team is going to be good moving forward. So I think they felt lucky to come away with a win there that the Boilermakers did. And the Hawks came home, practiced, worked on a couple things, and really took it to Indiana, as you mentioned, right from the opening tip. And Bennett Sturtz and Tavion Banks were spectacular, aggressive, getting to the free throw line, and the Hawks had their way with them, in my opinion. I thought a very physical game. Talking to the folks here at Watermill before we went on, it's just one kid was like out of control, real physical with Bennett, but Bennett didn't let it bother him. He just, the way Bennett is, he just went about his business and scored bucket after bucket, free throw after free throw.
Back to the Purdue game, I was so looking forward to the Bennett Sturtz versus Braden Smith matchup. And, I think in the end it was a draw. Bennett had a solid 40 minutes. We thought they should have put Bennett on the foul line a lot more than they did. They did on Saturday at Indy. In Bloomington. But at Purdue, Braden Smith had that one stretch, man. I think he scored 10 straight, 14-2 run, whatever it was, 12-2 by Purdue, which got them the lead after the Hawks were up 9. And, in the ebb and flow of a Big Ten game, you've seen it for, 40 years, Bobby. If you're the visiting team, the home team, I don't care if they're ranked 5th or 95th, they're going to make a run at you. The crowds are usually not on the Hawkeyes side if you're on the road, and that's to be expected. But I thought the Hawks answered after that. That might have been the most impressive point, or the most impressive part of that game, is they came back, got the lead. How about Cale Combs, that unbelievable steal on a 3-on-1 Purdue break, and he races back, grabs the ball. It was a sure dunk and maybe a 2 or 3 possession lead at the time. Iowa comes down and scores on a dunk by Tavion Banks, and now game on right down to the bitter end.
Yeah, these kids don't quit, and the Hawks had a shot to take the lead out there, 64-65, and I wrote down there, I think it was Alvaro missed the front end of a 1-and-1, and then Clough came down and hit a basket inside. Foster Lawyer hit some free throws. Tavion hit a 3 coming back to pull the Hawks within 2, and they battled them right to the end there. And it was impressive, no doubt about it. And no hanging your head after that. It's just, okay, move on to the next one. You had a tough one moving forward with Indiana. But, the matchup you talked about, Gary Bennett versus the little guy, Braden Smith. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure those two really matched up with each other all the time. They have that power guard, I call him, C.J. Cox. He's a real powerful defender. He seemed to be assigned to Bennett a lot of that game, and then they switched around a little bit. But, when you had that matchup there, Bennett Sturtz and Braden Smith, that's a battle of a couple All-Americans.
It is, and the rematch at Carver Hawkeye Arena is coming up in mid-February, so get your tickets for Purdue and Iowa. For the time being, though, it's all about Rutgers tomorrow night. And, Bobby, they've got a couple of really outstanding players. Tariq Francis has been north of 30 points in 3 different games this year. The transfer from New Jersey Institute of Technology. He's averaging 15 a game. Rarely has he started. But, of course, Coach Peichel, one of our favorite people, one of our favorite coaches, is starting to lean his way more now. They are at level 500, 9-9 on the year. They're a couple games below 500 in the Big Ten. But Francis and Dylan Grant, who averages 12 and a team-leading 5 rebounds, those are the 2 guys the Hawks have to get covered tomorrow.
Double-figure scores and coming in off the bench. Steve will probably get him in there fairly early if the Hawks get rolling, and he's kind of worked his lineup a little bit, just reading some stuff this afternoon. But 4 guards in the starting lineup, so there's not a ton of height in there, just as Indiana didn't have a lot of big guys inside there, and that bodes well for the Hawkeyes and the Hawks battle on the boards with the Hoosiers, and so don't be afraid. Take it in there. Attack the basket once again, just as Bennett and Tavion did in the game over there in Bloomington. So you don't have to worry about them big shot blockers looming over the top of you. You got to be smart. Use your body. Put your body in them when you're driving there and see if you can get to the line.
We'll talk more with Coach McCullum on our scouting report, courtesy of Midwest One Bank of Iowa. Rutgers coming up. In the meantime, we'll step out, take our first break. Yes, we do know that there is a football game tonight. The Indiana Hoosiers are down in Miami, taking on the Miami Hurricane for the national championship of college football. And we'll keep you up to date as the next 90 minutes of our program unveils. They just started the game. They're about midway through the first quarter. There is no score on our scoreboard update. No score, Indiana and Miami. They both have had the ball once. Miami just punted, so the Hoosiers will be getting the ball back shortly. But it's another season of Hawk Talk here. We can't thank our friends here at the Hyatt Regency and the Watermill Kitchen and Bar enough. Located right next to the Hyatt Regency Coralville in the heart of the Iowa River Landing. Come try their brand new winter menu here at the Hyatt and the Watermill Kitchen and Bar, which adjoins the Hyatt Regency. Dishes like duck stroganoff, farmer's pie, and cinnamon-crusted rack of lamb, while listening to engaging conversations about Hawkeye basketball with Coach McCullum and a guest player. And we've got Tate Sage ready to join us here in just a few minutes. To learn more about their menu, visit watermillkitchen.com. We appreciate Matt Treto, the other Matt, as I like to call him, and their great wait staff here at the Watermill Kitchen and Bar for hosting us each and every week, each and every Monday night typically. We got a couple Wednesday shows in the near future because of this basketball schedule. You know, when you're dealing with a 31, 32-game schedule, sometimes you got to move the show around. But typically we're here every Monday night, and we'd love to have you out here tonight as we piggyback off the Jan Jensen show, which just concluded here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. If you can't be here and you're throwing another log on the fireplace, I get it. That's okay. Thank you for tuning us in here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. You can join the conversation in a variety of ways. You can reach us on Twitter. If you got a question or a comment for Coach McCullum, you can reach us on Twitter at Gary Dolphin, on Facebook at facebook.com/Voice of the Hawks. You can reach us on Instagram at Voice of the Hawkeyes. And on the U.S. Cellular text line, that number is very popular these days, 319-853-8344, 319-853-8344. Or email us your question to hawktalk@HawkeyeRadioNetwork.com. Iowa Rutgers at 7:30 tomorrow evening, 6:30 for the pregame coverage here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. We thank also our friends at Mediacom Channel 22 on 822. Hi to India, Jeff and Michael, and the crew here from Mediacom who are beaming our signal throughout eastern and central Iowa tonight. It's great exposure for the program, for the Hyatt Regency, and we thank Mediacom, a great supporter of Hawkeye basketball and football, I might add. We'll step out, take our first break. When we come back, I don't want to say he's a pleasant surprise, Bobby, but Tate Sage has been as good as advertised.
Yes. He has, and he's got a bright future ahead of him there in a Hawkeye uniform and beyond, at that matter. But the kid's athletic, come up from Oklahoma. He can shoot it. He can defend, and he's fearless.
And that is a basketball name. Let's be honest. Tate Sage. 2 syllables in the entire name.
Yeah, easy to sign.
I can't wait.
Scratch it out, autograph.
Can't wait to find out what his middle name is. I'm guessing that's one syllable too. All right, enough of this nonsense. We're coming back in just a minute. We're brought to you tonight by U.S. Cellular as the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular reminds you that on game days, your hands are for cheering, not texting, because game days are built for the Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. This is Hawk Talk with Coach Ben McCullum from the Hyatt and Learfield.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Hi, this is Coach Jan Jensen inviting you to join me for Hawk Talk, live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency at the Iowa River Landing. We'll talk Hawkeye women's basketball, answer your questions, and have a lot of fun along the way. The show airs weekly on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Check the full schedule at HawkeyeSports.com. I'd love to see you there. Go Hawks!
This is Hawk Talk live from the Hyatt Regency and the Watermill Kitchen and Bar. Thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Hawk Talk with Coach McCullum. Ben will be joining us in a minute. In the meantime, we really enjoy having a player guest each and every week. And this week it's Tate Sage. Tate is a 6'6", 6'7" guard forward. He's from Weatherford, Oklahoma. Now, do we consider you an Okie?
Absolutely.
An Okie from Muskogee?
Absolutely.
Where is Muskogee from Weatherford? Please tell me.
Oh, that's on the eastern side of the state. So that's probably maybe 3 hours from me.
Merle Haggard was always one of my favorite dudes, him and George Jones. You grew up, how big's Weatherford?
Probably up to 15,000 now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
size.
so I have a Division II school in my hometown. So when it's in school, it's like 14,000. When I was school, it's probably 10,000.
What's 8, the Division II school?
Southwestern Oklahoma State, SWASU.
SWASU.
Yes,
There's
sir.
been some good football players come out of that school.
Yep.
Most of them go to Norman.
Yep.
So when you were growing up, I got to ask you, Oklahoma or Oklahoma State?
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
through and through, man.
Sooner all the way.
Sooner through.
You know,
through.
Bob Stoops is a Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You do know.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Bobby, you roomed with Bob Stoops, if I remember correctly.
No, we all lived in Hillcrest.
Oh, Hillcrest.
Together,
okay.
yeah. Football lived with football guys and that. But, yeah, he's a dear friend. And he's a year older, Bobby is, and his brothers. Mike came behind him. And the other little brother, I can't remember his name, coached at Mark. Coached at Kentucky. So, yeah, what a football family that is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we all cheered for Oklahoma back in the day when Bobby was coaching them.
Yep.
So how's the transition been here? Coming to Iowa City? Yeah.
It's been great. You know, like as the people side of things and just living, it's a little colder. Gotta get used to the snow a little bit, but no, it's been nothing but great.
Pretty balmy today, really.
Yeah.
Wait till later in the week.
Yep.
They drive
so
up and see the
my
game?
parents moved to Kansas City, so it was right between me and my brother. So they moved out so they can make just about every single home game.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You had committed to Ben when he was at Drake?
Yes.
Okay. I always get you and Joey Mattione screwed up there. Joey was going to be with Ben too, and he's redshirting. Of course, you have been such a pleasant explosion on the scene. But when Ben recruited you, what was the connection? What clicked with you and he?
I feel like it was when I got on a Zoom call with him, and he really laid out like the game. He was showing me videos about, hey, this is my thought process. This is what we want to do. And it was just kind of just checked all the boxes what I was looking for in my recruiting. It's like, hey, this is a great staff.
Which was what? What were you looking for?
Really the style of play. Just, you know how he uses so many ball screens and all this and all that, and how smart he is. And I'm like, check. And then it was kind of like, man, why can't I go here? And I talked about it with my parents, and it was like, dude, there's no reason I shouldn't go there. So ultimately, just came.
So when the switch came, the phone call came, hey, would love to have had you in Des Moines, but you know what? I'm moving to Iowa. Now we're talking Big Ten, baby.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
I think I was on my couch, man, and he just he FaceTimed me, and I pick up. And this is after, obviously, like, it hit the social media, so I knew he took the job.
Ben knows how to FaceTime?
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
And so I pick it up. And
I'm impressed.
He's just like, do you want to come? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And then I think we just talked about, like, just life. Like, he went fishing. Yeah. We talked about fishing for the other
Hung up
3
and went
minutes.
fishing,
Yep,
right?
yep.
That's him.
It was awesome.
That's him.
Well, what'd you know about Iowa prior to that? University of Iowa.
Yeah.
Prior to that.
Honestly, not a whole lot. All I knew was Tate University, honestly.
There you go.
So just because, I don't know, it was never, like I said, OU fan growing up, SEC or Big 12 at the time, didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to the Big 10.
Bob Stoops was an Iowa guy.
Yeah.
You know, you're a Sooner, baby. Tight end you. You know that Jonathan Hayes and who I'm trying to think of the Kansas City guys. But
Kittle coached down there with him, yeah.
Yep.
Bruce was his
Bruce
dad.
is George's dad. I mean, pick one. Sam Laporta, Noah Fant, T.J. Hawkinson. Mm-hmm. And you've got that tight end build. You know, 6'5".
Oh, man.
Do you watch the tight end position here now at Iowa?
Oh, very little.
Huh?
You know, I was more of a quarterback back in my day in the middle school time.
Well, 6'5" quarterbacks play middle school.
Yep.
When did you figure out you're going to be a basketball player, not a football player?
Freshman year of high school. I was in football, and I'm like, hey, I probably should just take my talents to the court.
I can break bones on the basketball court. You can break them every day on a football field. But
I heard Ben in a interview today or what it was, but he talked about recruiting you. And where did he see you at? He was at a AAU tournament, I think he said, in Kansas City.
Kansas City, yeah. So I was with my high school team.
Oh, it's a whole high school team there with you.
Yeah, it was my high school team, and we actually I wasn't the leading scorer. We didn't have our leading scorer. He plays football at OU, actually, and he was on an official visit to Oklahoma. So we didn't have him. It kind of gave me and my twin brother, like,
That's right. He said he saw twins.
Yeah, keys to the car, and it's kind of like, hey, like, there's going to be a lot of college coaches here. Like, this is going to be really beneficial. So I ended up going out there just kind of being like not taking over, but had a lot of the ball in my hands and ended up playing pretty well.
You're averaging 6.5 points, 3 rebounds. What I love about you is you're fearless, whether you're 25 feet out or you got your back to the basket inside. You know where the rim is, and you're not afraid to go after guys.
Yeah, I feel like that's something I pride myself in is, why fear another man? What can he do that I can't? So it's really I just go out there and play.
I love how you cut, too. You're getting a lot of back cut, lob dunks. Yeah. I mean, that's Ben McCollum basketball, isn't it?
Yeah. It was a big part of growing up with my brother because, we'd always play off each other. So I'm sure I taught him some stuff, but I learned a lot from him, honestly, cutting.
What's your brother's name?
Ethan.
Ethan, okay.
Yep.
Your twin brother.
Yes, sir. Identical.
Oh,
so playing with him really helped me just learn how to cut and screen and
love it.
Lots of those different things.
How big was your high school? The town's 15,000. What about the conference you played in, the competition you played against?
So we were a 4A out of 6A, and my graduating class is 165-ish. Okay. So it wasn't too small, it wasn't too large.
Pretty good size.
Yeah. My competition, conference-wise, honestly wasn't the best. But my senior year, we started playing in tournaments where we went out of state and up to Tulsa. And like my senior year, I played Brennan Hosens High School, so they were pretty good. So I got to go out there in Amarillo play them. We played in a tournament champions in Tulsa every year, which is always really high level competition. And then obviously our state tournament is the state tournament. It's going to be good competition.
So there is more than football in Oklahoma.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's good to hear.
So you're following the Thunder, I assume.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What's the record now? They're like 7 losses or something.
Yeah, I can't tell you
number.
the exact. Yeah, they won yesterday or today
so they're like 38-7, I think.
We're going to be watching Peyton Sanford on that Thunder roster here in the not too distant future. Man. Let's go to Twitter and Facebook for Tate. Fans love to hear Tate Sage on with us tonight. Mike and Ankeny. Tate, what's been the biggest adjustment for you coming from high school not to Drake, but to Big Ten basketball?
Probably the speed and physicality. People talk about it, and obviously you're like, oh my gosh, you're going to the Big Ten. It's going to be so physical. Those are grown men. And you get up here, and it's kind of shell shocking. And then you realize it's like,
I can do this.
Yeah. It's like, I can do this.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
Jake in Cedar Falls, can you walk us through a typical game day looks like for you now? So take us through tomorrow morning right up to game time.
Yeah, tomorrow. So I don't know what time we have stuff, but it'll be a walkthrough. Some days I get up there early, get some extra shots, and then have a walkthrough, and then we'll have a pregame meal, and then I'll go in the locker room, kick my feet up for about an hour or two, and then we have our pregame walkthrough offensively right before we go out, and then we go in the locker room, change, then start warming up.
And classes start tomorrow, right?
Yes.
They get going.
Yep.
Martin Luther King Day off today. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Emily is in the Quad Cities, Bettendorf. Tate, who on this team has helped you the most as you've made the jump to your first year of college basketball?
Yeah.
What teammate has been there for you?
There's been several, but honestly, I might say Cam. Every single time I have a question about a drill or just about anything in general, I go to Cam, and it feels like he always has an answer. So I feel like he's one of our best leaders vocally. And
talking about Cam Mannion.
Yes, and the way he carries himself. So I feel like Cam has really, really, really helped me.
Well, he's the senior citizen of this roster. He and Sturtsy, right?
Yeah, I believe Cam's a junior.
Yeah, he's junior.
Oh, is he? I thought he was a senior.
We get him another year.
Tavion, yeah. That's right. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Shot blocker, dunker, rebounder.
Leader.
Yeah, he is a leader. Well, to your point, he's a good fatherly figure to go to, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bennett Sturtz, what can you say about Bennett? Hasn't been said. Probably not a whole lot, but what kind of a teammate is he?
He's everything you want in a teammate, and everything you want in a guy. He's a great person, great guy to be around, great teammate. There's not a whole lot of things I can say that are bad and I can complain about. He is what he looks like, how he's very calm and how he carries himself, and he's very passionate in his relationship with the Lord and goes to church a lot, which really inspires me. So I really enjoy Bennett as a person and as a teammate.
That's good. A couple more questions before we let Tate go. Tate Sage, our player guest this week. Chris is in Marion. Something fans might not realize about how much work goes on behind the scenes for a freshman. You just talked about class starting tomorrow. You got to balance the academics with the hard practices every day and try and have a social life.
Like you said, it's a lot, especially with classes starting back. But we lift, we watch film. Sometimes you get extra shots in, then you throw a practice on top of it. And you're at the facility for pretty much maybe 9 to 5, but it's a blessing, and I'm sure none of us would change it.
Academically, what do you want to be when you grow up or leave Iowa? Other than an NBA player.
Oh, man.
You got some time. You're just a freshman.
I think if everything goes south, probably real estate would be someone I try to get into.
Not a bad choice.
But yet again, I have no idea.
Real estate values always hold.
Yeah.
You know that. Okay. One more. Tyler from Ames. You know where Ames is, don't you?
Ames is at.
What's it been like playing in front of the big crowds at Carver Hawkeye Arena?
It's a blast. It's a blast. I feel like every single game, it just continues to get better and bigger. I feel like a lot of the fans are starting to buy in and starting to see what we can really do. And it's been just absolutely awesome to see this crowd, how it's been, and to see it grow.
Tate, on that same note there, how has the relationship been with the student body as you guys walk around campus and you're in class with a lot of these kids? They got to be fired up.
They show a lot of support, a lot of love, and like you said, you can tell they're fired up and they're excited about the games and where we're headed.
I'll tell you what really fires up the kids, and I've got 3 grandkids who've been to a few games, is the high five line and the autograph line that the players do as they circle the floor after every game, win or lose.
Yep.
You're out there.
I was watching them do that at Drake. I would be at home on the TV, and I'm like, hey, that's really cool. And so being able to get up here and do that is just, it's cool for us as well. Just like the little bit of, hey, thanks for coming out, and just
absolutely
show them appreciation and something to look forward to.
That adulation works both ways, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for coming out. Great to see you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Tate Sage,
job,
ladies
Tate.
and gentlemen, our guest Hawkeye player tonight. Tate will be in action tomorrow night over at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Game time 7:30 with the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:30 here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Hawk Talk with Coach Ben McCullum. Ben is in the house. He'll join us here after this timeout. We're brought to you by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. They know that you're here for every memorable moment, every fast break, every three-pointer, and every game-winning play. Wellmark is here for every moment, too, with health care coverage that you can count on all season long. Find the right plan for you at wellmark.com/hoops. That's wellmark.com/hoops. Indiana's taken the early lead on Miami. It's 3-0 Hoosiers, and they're in the final minute or two of the first period. Indiana has the football deep in its own territory. That's our updated scoreboard, courtesy of Community Choice Credit Union. When we return, Ben McCullum is on board. You can reach Ben on Twitter at Gary Dolphin, on Facebook at facebook.com/Voice of the Hawks, on the U.S. Cellular text line 319-853-8344, or email us your question to hawktalk at HawkeyeRadioNetwork.com. That's hawktalk at HawkeyeRadioNetwork.com. Hawks and Rutgers, 7:30 tomorrow night at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Tickets are available. Hope to see you over there. We're back to the Watermill Kitchen and Bar here in the Hyatt Regency right after this on Hawk Talk with Coach McCullum from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hey Hawks, this is Coach Ben McCullum inviting you to join me for Hawk Talk live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency. We'll talk Hawkeye hoops, answer any of your questions, and get a behind-the-scenes look at Iowa men's basketball. If you can't make it there, check out the full schedule at HawkeyeSports.com to listen. Go Hawks.
The best new cars. Honda. Make the best pre-owned cars. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Get the best value with Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Plus, every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine parts. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from U.S. Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, U.S. Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Tournament Club of Iowa, designed by golf legend Arnold Palmer. TCI is his only signature course in the state. TCI is a public course offering a challenging yet enticing experience for golfers of all levels and is managed by Kaler Golf. Cap off your round with breathtaking views and a delicious meal at the TCI Bar and Grill. Looking for a unique setting for your wedding party or outing? Look no further than the newly renovated clubhouse at TCI. Visit tcofiowa.com to book your tee time today.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Welcome back to the Hyatt Regency and Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Ben McCollum. We appreciate Tate Sage attendance tonight. It's a great feature. We get a lot of comments about our Hawkeye player feature every week, and Coach McCullum is settled in here between Bobby Hansen and I, and I don't know if you caught it. I know you were walking in at the time Tate was talking about the first contact you had with him. I think he said he was on FaceTime with you or a Zoom interview. And boy, if that isn't the nature of college basketball today, I don't know what is. But anyway, he really enjoyed the initial conversation. That broke the ice. And as a seasoned ice fisherman, you know what that means. They're biting. And he bit, and you got him to come not only to Drake but now to Iowa. And your thoughts about him after watching him for 15, 16 games?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm impressed for a freshman to come in and play the way he's played in big-time atmospheres. And it almost seems like the bigger the atmosphere, the better he plays. And he's been awesome throughout the whole season and even into the summer. Obviously, to start, it's always an acclimation period to the workload, and he's taken that and fought every day. Obviously, when we took him to Drake, we thought he would play quite a bit at Drake. Mm-hmm. And then we took the Iowa job, and we're like, okay, we can develop Tate into a good player here in a couple years. And now all of a sudden he's playing a considerable amount of minutes on a pretty good team. And I think the sky's the limit for what he can become.
When you look at a player like Tate Sage, I look at him now like, why didn't all these schools recruit a kid like that? I mean, he's got bounce, he can shoot the ball, he's fearless, he can put the ball on the floor and go. It's just because he was at a small high school?
Yeah, I think the AAU, what AAU you play for is a big deal for some of these kids. The other thing is I think recruiting starts so early now. So, people are trying to get 2028s committed. I think in women's basketball that works. The reason being is I think women develop a little bit sooner, and so you kind of know who's going to be good, and then supply-demand is different, meaning there's probably not as much supply in women's basketball that there is in men's basketball for players that can play at this level. And so, but on the men's side, a lot of the men develop a little bit later. Maybe some of them develop their senior year. And so, but they get this name, like, okay, let's just say it's a 2028. They get this name, hey, this kid's going to be a high major player. And then the name sticks with them from 2028 to 2027, all the way through till 2028 actually arrives. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, this kid wasn't good enough. Well, he was when he was a freshman, but he's not good as a senior in high school. And so fast forward to Tate, he just probably developed later. He's just a later bloomer. And then people don't pay attention. And, now you're at a mid-major level and you're like, okay, well, Tate's definitely good enough for us, so let's take him. Now, would I have taken him at the high major level? I didn't project him to be this high, initially, and I didn't project Bennett to be this high, to be honest. So,
yeah, sure.
It's just kind of the luck of trusting your own eyes as well.
How about coaching? Coach them up, get them, and you coach them up.
Yep. No, I mean, that's, we do push kids pretty hard, but we get the right personalities for that, where the workload here is a lot. We work and we expect them to work. We expect them to act the right way. We expect them to treat people the right way. We expect them to be, great citizens and representatives of the University of Iowa. And so he is that, and that's how you, I guess, coach him up.
I'm sitting there, if I close my eyes, I'm hearing Kirk Ferentz, because that's why he doesn't like to offer scholarships to freshmen or so early in the recruiting process. He wants to see them develop. They certainly stay in touch, letters, phone calls, text messages that are allowable. And then once he makes the commitment, offers a scholarship, he sticks with it. Doesn't matter what he does his junior, senior year after that, or his junior to senior year. And that sounds a lot like your philosophy.
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously it's a little bit different in basketball just because the numbers are so different. Yeah. But like at Division II, what we would do is I was a slow trigger at Division II, and it was a different type of recruitment. But we wouldn't offer to the very end, and we wouldn't let them ever post an offer. If they posted an offer, the offer was off the table. So we were able to steal a Tate Sage because no one knew we were recruiting him. So, Bennett, no one knew we actually offered him, and because we didn't let him post. And so that was helpful as well. So at this level, though, you're not going to stop them from posting. They're going to look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah. They're the evils of social media.
Man, don't get me started on that, Dolph. Let's not talk about that.
But Kirk would say, hey, look, we offered you. You're going to be a Hawk. Don't walk me to the altar. And then when we get there, say, Sorry, here's your ring back.
Yep. No, that's right. Once you commit, and vice versa. And so we're the same way. I mean, that's just what we do.
Good philosophy to have. Let's go to Twitter and Facebook. Twitter at Gary Dolphin. Eugene, Coach, what have you learned now halfway through the season about your team that maybe you didn't know previously?
I mean, early in the season, we really tested our grit, and we didn't have as much as we have now. And our kids have gotten tougher and tougher. So, I would have said early, are we the grittiest team in the country? Not there yet. We're still probably not there, but we're a lot more gritty and tough than I originally expected, and I'm certainly pleased with that.
Well, with that guy leading the team at the guard spot, you know all about his grit and toughness, and it kind of it's kind of infectious, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the upperclassmen, it kind of permeates our program a little bit, and they're all tough in their own right. They all do it a little bit different, and they all understand each other's different personalities. Where Bennett's a little bit more quiet, and then Tavion's going to be more out there. Isaiah Howard, those guys are going to be a little bit more violent on the floor, which we certainly enjoy that too.
And Coach Cale Combs, I mean, he's really improved his shooting from what I remember at Drake last year.
Yeah, no, in high school he shot 46% from three, which is crazy. Yeah, Cale, I don't even know that he had a Division I offer in high school. I think he ended up at Wyoming simply because I think he had one Division I offer, and that was Wyoming. And then he was supposed to come to Northwest at the time. And, now he's playing Big Ten basketball, playing 35 minutes and winning, big-time basketball. And I think last game, what was he? 1 for 3 from three. He was plus 24 in the game, which is
off the charts.
Yeah, which is off the charts. And
when you say gritty, I think of him and Isaiah Howard.
Yeah,
Tavion.
Isaiah Howard's. Yeah, he's tough. Cam's tough. All of them are tough. But those guys, yes, in particular, Isaiah Howard. And
that's the dirty work.
Yep, Cale defended Tucker offensively. He's really good, obviously. And then, obviously, defensively, he's been fantastic.
Amazing job on Tucker DeVries. He gets two early threes, one like midway through the first half, and I think he ended up 2 for 7, 2 for 8. That was really the catalyst for that defensive effort on how you handled Tucker DeVries. And, he moves around. He doesn't stick in one spot. He'll go inside, outside. Couldn't find an open look.
No, he did a great job. Him and, Bennett, obviously, on Wilkerson. We had a really good scout, and then we executed the scout at an elite level. And if we can continue to do that, I think good things will happen for us.
Let's see. Before we take a break, let's go to Twitter. Tony from Pleasant Hill over near Des Moines. On one of the first shows, it was mentioned your college coach, Special K, was a big Grateful Dead fan. With the long road trip coming up, what is your music of choice to listen to for both relaxing and to pump you up? You don't look like a deadhead, but maybe you are.
Not a deadhead.
A little young for that.
And he was Grateful Dead. He was.
Bob Weir just passed away last week.
Okay.
Their lead guitarist.
Okay, thank you for.
Yes. You wondered why that question would come in.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
That's why.
I listen to a little bit of everything. I'll listen to, if I want to get fired up, it'll be more like rap or hip hop. I'm probably consistently always listen to country is probably my thing. Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, all those guys. And then old school country, Garth Brooks, which I absolutely love. And then
Merle Haggard, George Jones?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to bluegrass. I listen to any kind of country
I
there
love
is.
Bluegrass.
Yep. And then Tyler Childers, I've been really listening to him, his bluegrass. And then when I scout, I actually listen to a Christian singer, Lauren Daigle. Absolutely love her.
Is that a he or a she? A she?
Lauren.
Okay.
Lauren Daigle. Yep, she's fantastic. And so I'll listen to her when I scout. It kind of keeps me concentrated so that I can focus.
Bobby, you were in Salt Lake for, 7 years?
Yes, sir.
Mormon Tabernacle Choir, was that your go-to group?
They're the best.
They are.
At Christmas time.
At Christmas time.
You can't beat it.
I love the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. They're just
angelic voices.
Oh, my God.
And it hits that temple and bounces right back around.
Incredible. It's amazing because when you talk about music while you're scouting tape, It is an escape, isn't it? If you get the right genre or your favorite genre.
Yeah, I mean, it helps you concentrate. I mean, I've probably been blessed with the ability to like I call it hyper focus. Just
multitask.
No, I'm not good at that, but I can like really focus on something. But sometimes it requires like a music. It's probably the ADD or whatever it is that I have, and so because like when I went to school, I couldn't pay attention to the teacher unless it was something that actually interested me. But I could sit here and watch film for 24 hours straight.
We've noticed that. We've noticed that.
Yeah, slightly obsessed with it. So
hey, it works.
It's a good thing.
It
works. Absolutely,
it works.
Indeed.
Yep.
Okay, Coach, we'll give you a break here.
Plenty meat.
So you can refocus. Here, and we'll come back.
How long do I
more.
got? 10 minutes?
You got 10 minutes.
Whatever you need.
You got 10 minutes to bite into that ribeye.
Well, I'm going home then, watching this game.
What is that, a ribeye or top sirloin?
That's a ribeye is what we call that.
Man, that is a good-looking
medium
ribeye.
Rare, that's the only way you can do it.
Good-looking ribeye here at the Hyatt Regency Watermill Kitchen and Bar. Ben's going to go over and cut off a few chunks and enjoy it here while we talk to you about all of our wonderful customers here on the Hawkeye Radio Network, like University of Iowa Healthcare. Here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives. For all of Iowa and beyond, visit uihealthcare.org. We will come back with a scoreboard. Indiana and Miami. It's still 3-0 Hoosiers about midway through the second period. We'll get an update for you on that in just a minute as Hawk Talk with Coach McCullum continues right after this from the Hyatt Regency Watermill Kitchen and Bar in Learfield.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford Tough Trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Despite the unshakable Iowa-Corn Cy-Hawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on. Getting hyped for unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to Hawk Talk here live from the Hyatt Watermill Kitchen and Bar. And we're going to get to a scoreboard in just a minute. But, we lost a long-time valued Hawkeye Radio Network listener this past weekend. She was Lucy Sharp, who never missed a Hawk Talk with Coach Ferentz or a basketball Hawk Talk. Fran McCaffrey to present-day Ben McCullum. Lucy was she was the conventional, classic Hawkeye fan. She loved all Iowa sports, but especially football and basketball. She and the mayor, Louise, we could count on Louise and Lucy at the same table. They had their perfect table, regular table, whether it was downtown at the at View Rooftop or right here at the Hyatt Regency, both locales. And she made countless friends over the years. She had a ton of friends before she ever started coming to Hawk Talk. I first got to know Lucy at least 20-plus years ago. Bobby and I did. And she regularly wore my favorite T-shirt was Lucy's "In Kirk We Trust." That was one I said, don't ever lose that one, Lucy. And by the way, she was a talented musician too. I'd forgotten about that. She loved her tambourine. She was asked to come up on stage often around the local pubs and restaurants and bars around Johnson County. And she was a band groupie down through the years. Son Charlie is here tonight. Charlie, our deepest sympathies to you and your extended family. Lucy she bled black and gold. There's no doubt about it. An endless, my favorite part of Lucy, other than who she was she had an endless supply of Hershey's Almond Kisses for me every week. And we always made fun out of that as my waistline expanded with those Hershey's Kisses. But she is, I'm sure, visiting with Hayden Fry and Forrest Evashevsky and Bump Elliott right now as we speak. And, Bobby, you got to know Lucy well over the years.
Always a delight to see Lucy. Always a smile on her face.
Indeed.
And she would not let you walk out of here if you didn't take that kiss.
I had to take a handful of Hershey's Kisses.
I fill my bag with them and eat them on the airplane.
I thought maybe she was baking them or making them each week in her oven, but that's...
Yeah, the other cool thing, Gary, I think she worked in the dorm, a cafeteria, wasn't she, or a hospital? Yeah, forever. She served food to all those people that were stuck in the hospital there. So, yeah, she was a saint.
She just loved people. And we love Lucy, so we'll miss her dearly, but we'll never forget Lucy. That's for sure. We'll leave that spot next to Louise open each and every week as we remember Lucy Sharp. So Lucy, rest in peace. God bless you, dear. All right, now to the scoreboard. Of course, the big news. Thank you very much. The big news tonight is the national championship football game going on as we speak in Miami. It's a home game for the Hurricane. And yet the Indiana Hoosiers are leading 9-0 with just a few minutes left to go in the first half. And I've said all along that what's different about Indiana this year, and I don't know that anybody expected them to be 15-0 going into the title game tonight, is the Hoosiers' defense. I mean, they could always score points. They've had great offensive players at Indiana down through the years, Indiana football, but man, what's turned them into this monster that they are now, Coach Signetti, is the defense. And they just scored a touchdown. So it's 9-0, pending the point after try with still 7-8 minutes left to go in the first half. So a long way to go in that national championship game. But we're all Hoosiers tonight, at least here in Big Ten country. And we wish Indiana all the best.
Miami's arguing on the sideline there.
What, that he might have stepped out of bounds?
They're going to argue that, but they're arguing with each other. That was your man.
Well,
they got him where they want him, I think.
They got him right where we want him. Yeah, exactly. Signetti, though, what a story. I mean, from his coaching and his staff to now, I did not know until I got here tonight, the Miami defensive coordinator, I believe, was on Signetti's staff at James Madison.
For 3 years. He was telling Don Fisher on the pregame show, listening, coming in.
Our buddy Don Fisher, who is the play-by-play voice for Indiana football and basketball.
How many years?
53 years Fish has been doing Indiana games. Now, he's called 3 national championship basketball games, or basketball teams under Bob Knight, of course. And they've been so woeful in football for so many years that we're real happy that Indiana's enjoying that success. And, of course, it means a lot to the Big Ten as well. So they say that take the touchdown away. He stepped out of bounds at the 7-yard line. So it's 3-0 officially right now. Indiana in the lead over Miami, at least for the moment. All right, that is nothing going on in basketball tonight, at least in terms of significance. Iowa Rutgers tomorrow night, 7:30 here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. 6:30 for the pregame coverage. When we get Coach McCullum back up here in about 5 minutes, we'll get our Midwest One scouting report on Rutgers. We're, of course, at the Hyatt Regency. Newly engaged and looking for the perfect place to say I do? Well, the Hyatt Regency in Coralville, located right in the heart of all the action. The Iowa River Landing offers beautiful ballrooms and scenic outdoor spaces for weddings of all sizes. From your ceremony to reception and guest accommodations, everything comes together under one roof. To schedule a tour or visit the Hyatt Regency Coralville, please go to Hyatt Regency Coralville Weddings.com. That's Hyatt Regency Coralville Weddings.com. We'll come back with more Hawk Talk and Coach McCullum right after this pause from Learfield.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
The best new cars, Honda, make the best pre-owned cars. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Get the best value with Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Plus, every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians.
Heating up. Witness the electrifying plays in person and be a part of the roaring Carver crowd. Take in all the action happening at Carver Hawkeye Arena by visiting HawkeyeSports.com on Iowa, and go Hawks.
Welcome back to Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Ben McCullum. It's a Monday night Hawk Talk live from the Hyatt Regency in Coralville and the Iowa River Landing here at the Watermill Kitchen and Bar. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Station ID break here to allow our stations to identify themselves. Iowa getting ready to play Rutgers. We'll hear more about the Scarlet Knights right after a 10-second ID break. You're listening to Hawk Talk with Coach McCullum. Still 3-0 Indiana, by the way. They're right on the goal line, and it looks like they've crossed the goal line. And for that touchdown that was taken off the board a moment ago when the young man was trying to score, just put a toe on the chalk on, I think, the 5 or 6 yard line, but They've just scored, so it's 9-0 pending the point after try. You're listening to Hawk Talk with Coach McCullum on great radio stations like WHO, AM 1040 in Des Moines, and WMT 600 on the dial in Cedar Rapids, also on KOSY in Cedar Rapids 95.7. In Iowa Falls, hi to the folks listening in on KIFG, AM and FM in Davenport, the Quad Cities. You can hear the Hawks on WQUD 107.7 FM. And out in Webster City, it is KZWC, both AM and FM in Webster City, Iowa. That's getting closer to Storm Lake. How far is Webster City from Storm Lake?
I think it's like an hour 15.
Oh, that's not bad. It's right down Highway 20?
Yeah, because it's past Fort Dodge, I believe.
It is.
Yep.
I've driven
For me.
Yep. I've driven it. It's way past Fort Dodge. Yep. And you got to go north a little bit from Fort Dodge, as I remember. Coach, we're going to get a scouting report here on Rutgers, but I want to go back to just a quick we were recapping Indiana. And Bobby and I were marveling on the way home in the second half, from the 12:52 mark to the 3:43 mark. That's roughly 9 minutes. You held Indiana without a field goal. The Hawks went from 49-43 up to 70-52. That's the ball game. What pleased you most about that defensive stretch?
I mean, I thought we executed. I thought eventually, if you kept it on them, we were going to be able to. We were able to hopefully try to break them at some point, and I thought we were able to, just because of our concentration on the scouting report, our concentration on what we're supposed to do defensively was great, and then we put enough pressure on the ball, which certainly helped. And it was a great stretch, and we're fortunate to have that stretch to be able to pull away at the time.
And Coach, after Purdue, you talked about you had defensive breakdowns where you weren't following the game plan, if you will. Can you expand a little bit on what they were supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, every game there's certain scouts, and so, like, specific to that one, so we were back in coverage. So ball screen coverage, they set a ball screen. We're supposed to be up in coverage for that game, and we were back. When you get back, now Braden's able to get downhill. Even though you're still in front of him, he gets downhill, and then they do a great job of kind of reading behind, because you've got to account for the big, so somebody has to help on the big that dives. Well, when he gets downhill and you account for that big, now their shooters move around, and now you have a difficult time finding all those. And so I thought we struggled with that. I thought in this game a couple things that we probably struggled with were, Connor Way goes right, and he just went right over and over and over. And so
that was amazing, though.
Yeah.
How he got there?
Well, he just went right, like I told him they were going to do. And so we had to call a timeout, and I asked him, I said, what direction do you think he's going to go? And they said, well, he's going to go right. I said, okay, maybe get him to go left. That'd be a heck of a deal, wouldn't it?
Start, yeah.
Force him left.
And he did. He scored on the left side.
Yeah, it's elite coaching is what that is. Don't let him go to his strong hand. And offensively, just make the shot. Oh, really? Yeah, so... no, it was that. Those are some of the things that we try to make sure we focus on, and I thought we did a good job of executing in that game.
And Bennett, when he was working in the high screen rolls there, he was turning the corner, putting his body into it, getting fouled, getting to the free throw line. Contrary to what was happening at Purdue, something you guys looked at on film, you sat together, worked on in practice.
Yeah, we worked on it quite a bit in practice. They were also in drop, so they were back in coverage, so he was able to attack. He was able to get that defender on his side and get to where he wanted to go, and he was a lot more physical driving, which was much better. It's just one of those things that we're still learning how it's officiated at this level. He's still learning exactly what that is, and I think he's made some strides in that department.
Coach, you're still holding your own on the boards, and you've been outsized in more than one or two games. But in the Big Ten, you're just -2, but on the season you're +2. So, and we've talked about this often, about just holding your own, proper block-out positioning, put a body on a guy, and the guys have bought in.
Yeah, I mean, we need to. That's what all five guys have to box out. And some teams, all five guys don't have to box out. Like when we play Michigan, they don't really need to box out. They'll just send the 7-3 guys.
3 7-footers.
Yeah, we'll just send those guys and go get it. So we do, and that's okay. And I think that we've done a good job of consistently boxing out and still being able to win some of these rebounding battles. Even like the Illinois game, I thought we did a great job on the boards. And I actually didn't think we did a great job at Indiana. We did good enough. But eventually we'll hopefully be one of the better defensive rebounding teams in the country.
And right in the middle of it is Cam Manyow, but I want to bring up Tavian Banks. He had a career high, Division I career high, 26 points, but 8 boards and he works both sides of the lane. I mean, 6'7". He's very fluid for a guy that big, 215 pounds. You've got to be impressed with the way Tavian has brought his lunch bucket.
Yeah, he's an elite ball getter. He's just great at going and getting offensive and defensive rebounds. If it's a 50-50 ball, it's probably an 80-20 ball to him. And then, I thought he just took what the defense gave him as far as the scoring goes, and obviously get to the free throw line and was physical on his drives as well.
Bobby, you know all about rebounding, all the years you spent in the NBA and obviously at Iowa with Lute Olson. It's kind of I don't want to say it gets overlooked, but it's easy to overlook it. Everyone wants to score, but when you limit the possessions, that's important.
Absolutely. It's the end of a defensive possession is what I was always taught. Your defense isn't over until you retrieve the basketball. But rebounding is a mindset. If you want to go be a rebounder, you go get the ball, basically. I mean, look at Dennis Rodman. Dennis didn't really block people out. He just pushed you out of the way and went and got the basketball and chased it down to wherever it was. And Tavion's got a lot of that in him. He's he's fierce out there, what it is. But yeah, I mean, rebounding is always going to be something these coaches are going to work on all the time. And then it becomes second nature when you continually drill into it. And then, like I said, hold your own. We're not tall. We face these tall teams. It takes all 5 guys to get in there. And the Hawks do a good job of that. They don't leak out in the fast break, get going before they get the ball.
Coach, I interviewed Kevin Kunert one time, who was 7'1" and averaged a double-double for his career at Iowa, 15 points, 12.5 rebounds. And he had, I forget what the number was, Greg Bruner, the all-time leading rebounder in Iowa history, in 4 years.
Charles City, Iowa.
Yeah, he broke Kunert's record, who had it in 3 years.
Okay.
And so I said to Kevin, what is it about rebounding? He goes, nothing. You got to want it more than the other guy. That line has always stuck with me.
Yeah. No, it's ironic, too, that you asked one of the better shooters here about rebounding.
He was a good rebounding guard.
Really?
Though. Yes.
No. Yeah. Shooter, right?
It just fall right into my hand. Follow your shot, right?
Follow your shot. You missed enough shots.
He's trying to get around Magic.
Man, that's impressive.
Keep that guy off the boards. Magic could rebound. Talk about
6'9"?
rebound.
I could hope. Yeah. I would hope so.
He'd take a lot of punishment, too. I'd be pounding him.
Now imagine this guy trying to get around Barkley.
Yeah,
no, that's a different story.
That'd be entertaining. Yeah, that'd be entertaining.
I leave that work to Karl Malone. Let the mailman.
Bobby's got a couple good Barkley stories about Barkley blocking out with that posterior.
He's a worker, man.
Oh man.
6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, he's not. Maybe. He's not. Yeah, he's listed at whatever.
250, 260.
Yeah, good dude though, man. Oh, good guy. I love listening to him on TV.
Hall of Famer. Well, speaking of rebounding and scouting reports, let's talk about the Rutgers. Scarlet Knights. Coach, our Midwest One Bank scouting report is on board. Thanks to Midwest One Bank, the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Midwest One Bank is a proud partner of doers and entrepreneurs. Our teams are ready to help you reach your business goals. Call it Empowered Money Management. Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. Where does it start with the Scarlet Knights? Coach Peichel's one of our favorite people. He's a terrific coach, but he knows how to recruit, and he's kind of, I don't want to say rebuilding. I don't like that term anyway, but he lost 2 guys in the first round to the NBA draft this past year. So he's retooling, but he's a baller. He's a coach. He's going to get it done there at Rutgers. They've been a welcome addition to the Big Ten. Where do you start with the Scarlet Knights?
They can really score it. They get up and down. They got good guards, good athletes. I think then defensively they play very hard, and meaning they're just going to get up and down the floor, get after you defensively. They're in coverage pretty consistently. Obviously, they put up 60 points in the second half versus Wisconsin the other night. I think they were up I don't know what they were at. I guess it says
Wisconsin was up 26, 20, and Rutgers roared back.
Yep, and kind of cut that close. Obviously, Wisconsin started subbing, it looks like.
Now, this Tariq Francis has been coming off the bench, at least to start the year. He's got 3 games, 30-plus points. How does he score?
He gets in that game. He didn't get to the free throw line, but he shoots a lot of shots. He'll get downhill, great shot fakes, great moves, fairly twitchy. Their offense is kind of built around those guards being able to score consistently, and so they need all of them to be able to get to the rim and be able to score.
Bobby, we've seen a lot of good individual players at Rutgers since they joined the Big Ten.
There's
a lot of talent out east.
Yeah, you had Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. I think Harper was number 2 to San Antonio. I liked his game a lot. Know his father well, Ron, and then his brother, Ron Harper Jr., was a heck of a player for him. And then the kid, Ace Bailey, had got great upside. He was drafted to the Utah Jazz, 5th pick of the first round. And then, so that he didn't have a great year to finish the year there at Rutgers, but he's retooled and got these guys. And as you mentioned, Tariq Francis on fire, the only player in the Big Ten with 30-point games off the bench.
He's a 6'1" junior guard out of Pittsburgh. Came from New Jersey Institute of Technology.
Okay.
They just won Division I a few years ago, and they pulled some upsets. So, and as you guys know, there's so much talent in that New Jersey, Manhattan, New York area, right, Coach?
Yeah, he's just a good ball and hand guard. A lot of them can play make and really handle the ball. And, a lot of the East Coast guards are great with the ball in their hands, and they're difficult to keep in front, difficult to defend. So, hopefully we have a good game plan for him.
Let's talk about Dylan Grant. He's their leading rebounder, 5'6" a game, averaging a dozen points. What kind of a player is he?
He's obviously he started the season starting, I believe, and as of late he's been coming off the bench. I think they've got a lot of like players.
Role players?
Yeah, they're bigs that come in. They set screens, they dive, and they get offensive rebounds, and they're very good at that. And occasionally a few of them will shoot some threes. I believe the Buchanan kid can shoot threes. So he'll pick and pop on occasion, but they're very similar, the guys that come off the bench and the guys that start. Same with the guards. There's a few unique ones. The kid, number 13, that can really shoot it. He's pretty one-dimensional in regards to that, and then the rest got a little wiggle to them. They can get downhill and get in the paint and cause some problems.
Well, Grant is 6'8", 220, and Bobby and I remember Emmanuel Agbole from a year ago. Last couple of years, really, a senior center, 6'10", 270-pounder, came from small college to Rutgers a couple years ago. What do you see on him in tape? He's 6'10", 270.
Oh, he's a big, strong boy now. He's offensive rebounder, lob threat, does a lot of the tough physical stuff that they desperately need. Good screener, all those things. So he's good.
All right, there you have it. The scouting report on Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights. Tip time is 7:30 tomorrow night. We're on the air at 6:30 with our pregame coverage. You'll hear more about Rutgers at that time. Our weekly scouting report on Hawk Talk with Coach McCullum is brought to you by Midwest One. Thanks to Midwest One Bank, the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Midwest One Bank is a proud partner of doers and entrepreneurs. Our teams are ready to help you reach your business goals. It's empowered money management at Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. We're back to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. for Coach McCullum as we wind down this week's Hawk Talk of Iowa basketball. That's next here from the Hyatt Regency Watermill Kitchen and Bar from Learfield.
Tournament Club of Iowa, designed by golf legend Arnold Palmer. TCI is his only signature course in the state. TCI is a public course offering a challenging yet enticing experience for golfers of all levels and is managed by Kaler Golf. Cap off your round with breathtaking views and a delicious meal at the TCI Bar and Grill. Looking for a unique setting for your wedding party or outing? Look no further than the newly renovated clubhouse at TCI. Visit tcofiowa.com to book your tee time today.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Celebrate the legendary Donnie Baker with a night of non-stop laughs at the Donnie Baker Ron Sexton Memorial Tour, coming to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. On Friday, January 30th, hear fellow Bob and Tom Show comedians Bob Zaney, Greg Hahn, and Kostaki Economopoulos share outrageous stories and never-before-heard moments from the road. Purchase your tickets for this heartfelt and hilarious tribute now at riversidecasinoandresort.com or stop at our gift shop. It's going to be a night of laughs you won't forget.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
From the roar of the crowd to Carver cones, can't miss plays and heart-pounding finishes. There's something for everyone at an Iowa athletics event. Don't just hear about it or see the clip on your phone. Be part of it. Change up your routine and get your friends together for an Iowa athletics event. Make it a memorable one by visiting HawkeyeSports.com. Fire up the fight song, cue the victory polka, and experience what it means to be a Hawkeye on Iowa. And go Hawks!
Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Ben McCullum. We're here each and every week at the Hyatt Regency in the Watermill Kitchen and Bar. Thank you all for coming out tonight on this chilly Monday night. But we're talking Hawkeye basketball. It's January, and the Big Ten is really heating up. Coach McCullum, Bobby Hansen, and yours truly, Gary Dauphin. We're here taking your questions, comments, or calls on the U.S. Cellular text line, Facebook, Instagram, and on email. Let's go to the U.S. Cellular text line. Coach Jeff in Kelowna. Coach, I love this team. Great bunch of character men. That's always at the top of my list. Can't help but think Chris Street would be your kind of guy. Go Hawks. You know what? This is the anniversary of Chris Street's death. And I've heard you say you grew up idolizing Chris Street.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said in the original press conference, was exactly that. It kind of exemplifies what we want to be like. And yes, he would have been my kind of guy. That would for sure have been that. Plays with a little fire, a lot of fire, a lot of edge, has a great personality probably, and just loves competition and loves people. And those are the kind of kids that we're trying to recruit. Those are the kind of kids that we want to essentially lead our program and run our program to where we can get it. That's how you become an elite program, is have people like him, not necessarily just as the player, but just people like him in the program.
Yeah, just tragic when everybody got the news that evening, January 19th, 1993. And I got to know him a couple years before that. I'd come over here and play. It was a good place in the summertime, and he was just everything you mentioned, Coach. He was just a good kid, loved his family, loved the Lord, and loved his sisters. He loved his mom and dad, loved to hunt and fish, and turkey hunting was his favorite, and spent a lot of time with his father, Mike, after that as we were getting the foundation going, and just being out in the country. And it got Mike to think about him, and what a great kid. What a loss it was. He would have had a long NBA, a professional career. Mm-hmm. He could shoot. He was fearless. And I guess my question is do you guys ever play a full court press like Dr. Tom did, where Chris was that front guy?
If I had him, I would play a full court press. No, no, we have not. I haven't played zone in 14 years, and that was a punishment. I made them play zone because they couldn't guard them in man, and they got mad at me. But as far as a press, it's always funny. I remember, my first few years, we would be down in a game and we would press and it would work. And then the next day in practice, I'd come in, I'm like, maybe we could press. And we'd try to press and it just didn't work when I actually taught it. So, no, I don't know that it works at this level anymore. I'm not sure of any teams that actually do and have success. It actually worked well at Division II. A lot of the best teams will press. And so we'd get to Elite Eights and we'd face a lot of pressing, which actually helped us, coming to this level late game when people do press us.
I'm visualizing Chris at the front of that 1-2-2 with that. He's
wingspan.
6'9", but he had a wingspan probably 7'2", with those long arms. And the only guy that ever came close, well, there are a couple. Aaron White, and Jared Uthoff. Uthoff had a wingspan.
He'd block shots
like
for 3-point jump shots.
He'd block them. Unbelievable. So if you got to your point, Coach, if you get the right personnel, it'll work. Although Jeremy Fears and that type can usually dice.
Yeah, the presses are harder at this level.
They sure are.
Yep.
All right, we'll come back with more questions for Coach in just a minute. We're winding down Hawk Talk with Coach McCullum from the Hyatt Regency. Back with more from Learfield after this.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Celebrate the legendary Donnie Baker with a night of non-stop laughs at the Donnie Baker Ron Sexton Memorial Tour, coming to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. On Friday, January 30th, hear fellow Bob and Tom Show comedians Bob Zaney, Greg Hahn, and Kostaki Economopoulos share outrageous stories and never-before-heard moments from the road. Purchase your tickets for this heartfelt and hilarious tribute now at riversidecasinoandresort.com or stop at our gift shop. It's going to be a night of laughs you won't forget.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Welcome back to our remaining moments with Iowa basketball coach Ben McCullum here on Hawk Talk from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar at the Hyatt Regency. Toasty and warm in here. Certainly... protect yourself and your family through this cold spell. It looks like it's going to last about a week, but the action is hot and heavy at Carver Hawkeye Arena tomorrow night. Rutgers at 7:30. Pregame coverage with Bobby and I starts at 6:30, thanks to Mediacom Channel 22 on 822. Jeff and Indy and Michael for beaming our signal throughout eastern and central Iowa tonight. We got a couple minutes left. Let's see, Coach, we'll call this the lightning round. Tim's in Atlantic on Facebook at facebook.com/Voice of the Hawks. Coach, loved your style and success. What's the biggest factor in transition defense when your size is limited in the paint?
Yeah, I mean, transition defense is more predicated upon your offense. So are you efficient offensively? Do you take good shots? I think bad shots are the quickest way to give up transition buckets. Turnovers are the other way to give up transition buckets consistently. And then after that, if you do take good shots, what are your shot reactions? And so we work on that a lot. When that shot goes up, I either am crashing the offensive glass, at an angle that's either equal opposite to where the ball is going, or I'm sprinting back defensively and kind of loading to the basketball. And so we work on that constantly because we want to force teams to score against our half-court defense.
Ron says, Coach, so proud of your team and how hard they play. Love the way you represent the university. The Big Ten has big bodies, which cause big challenges for the Hawks. If we can get an athletic big man to come in and block shots and rebound, the sky is the limit for this team. Do you already have players you're looking at to fill that need? Go Hawks. Well, without mentioning names, you're out there looking for that 7-footer.
Yeah, no, we definitely would love a 7-foot shot blocker. It's like I've said before, if AC Earl shows up, I'm taking him. That's a fact. I think it's hard to just go get one that's ready to play in the NIL era simply because of how expensive they are. I think the trick is to take somebody that's probably not quite ready and develop them for a year or two and then hope that they turn into exactly what you're looking for. Or you've got to get somebody just a little bit smaller that's really mobile and can hedge and do different things on ball screens.
One more. We got about 30 seconds. Ashley and Muscatine, the home of the great Murray Weir. At this point in the season, what areas are you still pushing this team to improve on the most?
It's staying consistent offensively. Offensively specifically, we're trying to move the basketball fast, play with pace on offense, get from thing to thing to thing. Defensively, just continuing with the consistency of our toughness and effort and enthusiasm.
I like that. Get from thing to thing to thing. Okay if I use that tomorrow night?
Absolutely.
All right. See you then, Ben.
See you. Thanks guys.
Bobby, thanks a lot.
All right, buddy.
Indiana's up 10-0 at halftime over Miami. Go Big Ten. We'll talk tomorrow night from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Thanks to the Watermill Kitchen and Bar. And thanks to you for listening in. Good night, everybody.
Live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. This has been Hawk Talk with Coach Ben McCollum. Brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. By your local Ford dealers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Your Iowa John Deere dealers. John Deere loves to see the Hawkeyes do their thing. Because if anyone can appreciate building a legacy, it's Deere. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Shelter Insurance. The ball is in your court. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent who can help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Also brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.